All right, let's try this again without all the interruptions. So here I have my measure set to the 30 grain side, 30 grain size on there. Okay. I realize it's impossible to freaking tell because my powder measure is a nasty girl, but hey, guess what? That's what I like, is my nasty girls. So anyways, that's set to the 30 grains because mine is a 1.3. So by weight, it'll be 25 grains total. Gets the same compressibility whether or not it's 30 or 25 in my gun. But anyways, I'm gonna measure out 30 grains of powder here. Now normally this will not compress in my gun. It doesn't compress, it does not shoot well. In fact, oftentimes I'll get a misfire because it won't shoot. But I've been doing this for the last several days in order to use rat shot because I don't want to be doing tons of freaking powder with rat shot, because just instead of damaging the walls, I just want to kill the rats. Anyways, so we have 30 grains of powder. I'm going to go ahead and put that cylinder on my gun real quick. All right, so 30 grains of powder. Empty chamber, as you can see, there's only a few of them left, but yeah. Come on. Fucking lighting sucks ass. Focus on the gun, not on my face, you dumbass. There. See? Clear chamber. Jesus Christ. Can't even make a short to save my life. I'm going to have to just upload this as a regular. Anyways. As you can see, 30 grains doesn't really even come up to the top there. It's difficult to tell, but yeah. 30 grains doesn't even come up to the top in that thing. It does sort of stop focusing on my face, you pain in the ass. It does sort of show down in there, but it's impossible to see because it's black powder. What can you say? Oh, I hate my fucking goddamn potato of a cell phone. Anyways, I understand the kind of hellacious bullshit that y'all have to go through, by the by. But yeah, wadded paper cylinder. Pack wadded paper into the cylinder, good and tight, before you even use the loading lever to pack the wad in there. And you pack the wad. Go all the way down. Now, we're going to take some of my big lead balls and take that lead ball, stick it right on top of the chamber there, chamber mouth. Make sure that ball is centered in that lever. And we're just going to, okay, get that lead ring out of there while I'm doing this so that it doesn't impact that lead ring down inside the chamber. Now, watch what I do. It's literally, and that's it. You're just putting a little bit of pressure on there to test to make sure everything's compacted and tight. Now, you should be able to stick, for instance, we'll take a Q-tip because everybody's got a Q-tip and anyone can find one. You should be able to stick a Q-tip in between your loading lever and the end of the gate there. Okay? Right at the end of the lever slot, you should be able to stick a Q-tip in there and fit it so that it's not even a fight. That Q-tip should fit in there just fine, right nice, and be able to fall right out, no problems. Good and taut, good and compacted in there. And that's the whole point. You need it to be compacted. It doesn't really need to be pretty. You just need to make sure that it's got a good enough, it doesn't want to give any more, but it will give more if you really wrenched on it, which you don't want to wrench on it. I'm just going to make sure my other one's seated here. Yeah. Okay. All right. And then take some of this Crisco. Yes, that's just a Ziploc baggie with some Crisco in it. Poke a hole in it with a screwdriver, and there you go. You got an applicator. Just kidding. Anyways, I want to pack these chamber mouths with a fair amount of lubrication. All right. Lubrify the suckers. All right. One. Kind of just googe that to fill it. 1, 2. That works. There. Now, just go ahead and over the top of the other ones that I've mussed up by pre-firing. I shot a bunch of rats earlier this evening. But here we go. And that is cleared and loaded. And those are both loaded with 30 grains, whereas my others are loaded with 55 grains, you know, military load, 45 grains basically. And so there's your difference. Still got good compaction to where the lever on this doesn't bottom out in the slot here. You still get about, you know, a 1/4 inch of width of distance there between the end of the slot and your bottom out. And I learned that from actually, funny enough, loading Pyrodex 26 grains, the limited suggested amount that the Pyrodex says that you should choose inside of a black powder gun like this. And I realized it wasn't packing it. It wasn't getting it up against the cap. And I was having tons of misfires, and I was having tons of slow burns and real problems with it. And that's Pyrodex. I mean, it's already known for slow burns. It's already known for problems. It's already known for, you know, no fire or misfire or, you know, hang fire for that matter. It's known for that shit. Well, I learned that if you compact it just a little bit, you can take some of the hang fire, some, not all, but some of the hang fire off, and you can also get good performance out of less powder. I also learned with my own powder that my gun does not like to have anything less than 45 grains in there with a round ball. And if I do less than 45 grains, I have to put a wadding in there or something. I have to put something in there to take up that space to make it so that the chamber itself is fully filled up. Now, I've heard people using cornmeal and stuff like that. I just go back to the same thing that the reenactors use, you know, just packing paper. This is what reenactors use all the time in their black powder guns in order to get the kapow without the bullet. Just regular old paper. So, in case you were wondering as to what could possibly possess me to be so vehement on this, I watched a feller literally botch his own testing on his own powder that he made himself twice by not getting proper compaction on the powder. Twice. Literally made 2 videos of it and said, well, I think this powder is garbage, but then turned around and shot it out of his rifle, and it was actually pretty freaking good powder out of his rifle. But out of his pistol, it was garbage. But it wasn't because of the fucking gun. It wasn't because of the powder. It was operator error. This is a big deal for me. Like when it comes down to shooting black powder guns, or any guns for that matter, operator error can make or break you. It's the same thing with diesel and an air gun. Operator error can make or break you. You diesel it with the wrong stuff, kaboom, you've got a fucking pipe bomb, a shrapnel cloud in your face. You know, you diesel it with the right stuff and you get some smoking hot freaking rounds coming out of that air gun. Same diff with black powder, okay? This is all old school technologies. It's not new school technologies. And since I'm doing all this videographing and not being able to get a damn short out of the video, this what's going to be, okay? For your black powder pistol, in order to make it so that it operates correctly, as I said before, your round ball can't be your be-all and end-all. And I know what everybody's going to say is, well, we'll use a felt wad. Shall we look at the difference between the thickness of a felt wad and a wadded up piece of paper when all's said and done? I don't have any felt wads, but just kind of bear with me here. So your felt wad's what, 1/4 of an inch? That's about 1/2 inch of compacted mass that's sitting there that will seal the chamber. So there's your difference. 1/2 inch versus 1/4 inch, or an 1/8 inch, or whatever the thickness of your wads are. And by the way, they're felt, so they pack and compact more. They don't really become a solid mass at any point. They just kind of continue to compact. This is the difference between paper and felt wad in your pistol. Okay, like I said, this is my pistol. This is Josephine, with the 12-inch long barrel. Same old cylinder that every new model Army made by Pieta uses. Every single one has this exact same cylinder. The only thing that changes between all the different models is barrel length and frame construction. That's it. All the different models have the same cylinders. So, if you learned anything from this, and if you didn't, well, get up off your ass and go make your own damn video. Yo, guardsman, motherfuckers, I'm out.